Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Tibbetts Physics. What is crappin'? I'm Mr. Tibbetts, and today we're going to talk about unit conversions. In physics, the beauty about unit conversions is that we're only using the metric system, so it's always based off the power of 10, with the exception of time. So let's go over a few simple rules on how to help you convert units. The first thing we want to do is write down what we're given. That includes the number and the units. And then we're going to make a little fraction, and what you want goes on the top. And the third step is what you have goes on the bottom in terms of units. And the fourth step is think a little bit. But if you remember from last video, we always put the number 1 goes in front of the prefix. And then the last step, take out your handy dandy calculators and plug and chug. So we're just going to do a few examples together. Okay, the first one. We're going from 10 centimeters to meters. So what we're going to do is look at the front page of our reference table in the bottom left corner. And we've got our prefixes there. So here's our table of prefixes. So first step, write down what we're given. We are given 10 centimeters. Make a fraction sign. What we want goes on the top, so we want meters, that's going to go on the top. And what we have goes on the bottom, we have centimeters on the bottom. Okay, so we look at our prefix in our reference table, and we see that 1 centimeter is equal to 1 times 10 to the negative 2 meters. 1 times 10 to the negative 2 meters. Plug that in your calculator, and you get 0.1 meters. That's it. Let's do another one. Number 2. This time we'll go the other way around. 100 meters, 2 centimeters. So, write down what we have. We've got 100 meters. Make a fraction sign. This time, we want centimeters, so centimeter goes on the top. We have meters, meters goes on the bottom. As just like the previous problem, the 1 goes next to the prefix, so 1 centimeter. And the same thing, 1 centimeter is 1 times 10 to the negative 2 meters. Remember, when you're doing this in your calculator for prefixes, for scientific notation, use your EE button, especially when dividing. So you plug this in, and you get 10,000 centimeters. Okay, a couple more together, and then we'll have you do one on your own. So number 3. This time we'll go from 300 kilograms to milligrams. Okay, so even though we're using grams instead of meters, the same rules follow in our prefixes for our reference table. So we start with 300 kilograms. Notice, if we look at our prefixes, when we go from kilograms down to milligrams, we're going from 10 to the 3 to 10 to the negative 3. So we're going to take a little pit stop at 10 to the 0, so the base unit of just grams. So we're going to start with going to grams first. Okay. So what we want, well, right now we want just grams. So grams, and we have kilograms, so they cancel out. 1 always goes next to the prefix. Grams is at 10 to the 0, so we're going from kilograms to grams. 1 kilogram is equal to 10 to the 3 grams. So 1 times 10 to the 3. Okay, but we want milligrams, so we have to make another set of parentheses. This time we want our grams to go away, so we're going to put grams on the bottom. And we want milligrams, so we put milligrams on the top. So 1 always goes next to the prefix. Look at milli. 1 milligram is equal to 1 times 10 to the negative 3 grams. Okay, so let's see here. We plug this in our calculator, and we get 3 times 10 to the 8th milligrams. Notice we're looking at unit cancellation. Kilograms cancels out with kilograms, grams cancels out with grams, and we're left with just milligrams. All right, last one together on our last one together. This time we'll look at time, because this isn't base 10. So let's go from 15 minutes to seconds, because seconds is a standard unit in science. All right, forgive me for my handwriting. It's always pretty sloppy, but just let you know, it's not me if you can't read it. It's you, so you got to work on it. Just kidding. Okay, so write down what we know. 15 minutes. Make our parentheses. We want seconds, so seconds goes on the top. And we have minutes, so they cancel, so that goes on the bottom. Well, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So 15 times 60 gives us 900 seconds. Okay, number 5. This one will have you try on your own, and then we'll go over together. This one's a little bit trickier. This time we've got 9,000 centimeters per minute. And we're going to meters per second. Your hint is to just look at 1 unit at a time, but make a giant chain of fractions until they all cancel out and you're left with meters per second. So try it on your own, please. Good. Hopefully you got 1.5 meters per second. If not, let's go over it together. So we're going to write down our known, 9,000 centimeters per minute. Let's go from centimeters to meters first. So make our fraction for that one. We want meters, so meter goes on the top. We have centimeters, that goes on the bottom. You look at your handy-dandy reference table. 1 centimeter is 1 times 10 to the negative 2 meters. All right, and from there, centimeters cancel, and we'll be left with meters. So now let's go to our minutes. So let's see, we want seconds on the bottom, so we're going to have to put minutes on the top this time. It's going to be the opposite of what we said at the beginning. And we know that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. In this way, the minutes cancel, and we're left with meters per second. So we plug and chug in our calculator, and again, you're left with 1.5 meters per second. All right, it's been great having you on the show tonight, but we're out of time, so I'll see you next time. See ya.